Do you remember the actual official, if there's such a thing as an official launch date for the DAO or for when you started this, Jacob?
It's a good question, Dean. I think I would have to actually look back, but I think it was like maybe November, like second or third. So I think and keep in mind that like the first month it was literally just me, Bam, and Kelcoin like talking in this Discord. It was like just us three like talking about DAOs. And then once like I put Emerald Bot out there, then it like took off, and that was like probably early December.
Cool. Hey, did you notice the guys that is called Foot DAO? I don't know if any of them will join. We should probably invite them. They're doing football DAOs on Flow.
Wait, really? Interesting.
Yeah,
Wait, let me look this
yeah.
up.
I'll hop over to their Discord and see if I some of their guys have been DMing me, so
What DAO? Yeah,
I'll
let me
invite them.
exclusive. I just looked it up on Twitter, and it says exclusive foot massage club for MFers. It can't be the right one.
No, I'll drop the link in the chat for their Discord.
Oh yeah, here we go. A Web3 platform built on a Flow blockchain to create, fund, and manage decentralized football clubs. Oh,
There you got them.
they mean like European football. Uh-oh. I was excited. I was like, all right, get me in on the Steelers DAO. Foot DAO. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, we got a bunch of people tuning in. What's up, Jesse? Good to have you. Nikito, what's up? I keep calling you Nikito. I guess that's your Minecraft name. Surrey Cat, let's go. Oh, we have Zero here. Yay. I'm so happy Zero's here because Zero has been working on the Emerald Gateway slash Premint clone and been doing a fantastic job. And I'm actually going to show some of his work today. So I'm really excited to have you, Zero. Also, if at any point my like microphone cuts out and stuff like that, just let me know. I'm actually currently at home now instead of in Chicago. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right. So as always, we'll get rocking and rolling in about a few minutes here. What's up, Brainchild? Good to see you too. Cubic Ray, the boot camp legend. Looks like a bunch of cool stuff. You know, it's funny. Every single town hall, I feel like we somehow find a way to have even more stuff going on. Like I swear, every town hall, I'm like, wow, like we have like 15 different products going on, and then the next town hall, it's like, all right, well, now we have 100 other slides. I love it. What's up? What's up? Hey, Harley, welcome on in. Hi, Cham. Is that how you say it? Welcome. Hi, Cham. What's your Discord banner? Is that an anime? All right, like one more minute, and then we'll get going. Tyrode. Tyrode made it from the Minecraft challenge. The Minecraft assassin. Genshin Impact. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, actually, I've heard a lot about that game. I've never actually played it myself, though. All right, so let's get going here. I think everyone can see my screen. This is Town Hall number 7. So wow, we've made it. Yeah, we have these town halls every 2 weeks. So what does Town Hall number 7 actually mean? That's it's actually quite a while. So we've been going for like a few months here. We've made it to number 7, and we have a bunch of cool stuff to announce as always. I'm still gonna keep welcoming people in because I know we have some late stragglers, but welcome everybody that's tuning in. Generous Kid, good to see you. Yeah, let's get going. Tyrode's changing his name to Serial Killer. Oh my god, we have a menace in the Emerald City Discord. All right, so. As always, we're going to go through this in different guilds. So if you're coming to Emerald City for the first time, I know we have a lot of new people here actually because of the Minecraft challenge and all that kind of stuff. But this is sort of like an overview of the Emerald City DAO. In Emerald City, there are 3 different guilds. There's education, there's building, and there's governance. And so during these town halls, we sort of review everything and do that, separated based on the different guilds. So first of all, we're going to talk about the education guild. Which is like all that Emerald Academy fun stuff. So the first thing to talk about is, of course, Emerald Academy. The first bootcamp is officially over. So what that means is that it's not like the content is gone. The material is free and open forever. In fact, you can even continue submitting quests inside this Discord. The only thing that means is that the workshops are no longer happening. So everything else is the same except the workshops are no longer happening. And I also gave people like a 1 to 2 week extension on their quests to get that first float on mainnet. But once that is over, that won't be a thing anymore. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this course is free and open forever. And then I also have some really fun announcements that will have to do with this. But yeah, so I hope everyone had a good time with this. I had a fantastic time with this actually. We had a lot of really smart people actually in the boot camp, and I was really impressed by all the quests that people were submitting. So this was a fantastic job here. And yeah, so moving on to like the broader academy. So that boot camp that we ran, if you're not familiar with what I was just talking about, we were calling that sort of like boot camp number 1. So Emerald Academy is a series or like list of educational resources on Flow throughout time. We actually have a website right here. I'll go to it really quickly called Emerald Academy. And so it's just academy.ecdao.org. It used to be academy.emeralddao.city, but we have a new domain name, which I'll talk more about when we get to the website. But this is just a very simple website. I'm actually really impressed with my styling here. Isn't it pretty nice? And it just has 2 links, Emerald City and Bootcamp number 1. So this card right here says it's in progress. I'll have to change this to the fact that it's now currently over. But yeah, so like the plan is to have like a whole list of educational content on this page at some point. But as like a really exciting piece of news actually is that the Flow team is really interested in actually funding the Emerald City DAO to, or more specifically, the Flow team is interested in funding Emerald Academy to help us run these boot camps, more frequently and at a higher capacity. So this is not confirmed. None of this is actually confirmed or going to happen. But what we've been talking about is that the Flow team would almost fund Emerald City every single month to run this exact same boot camp over and over and over again. So what that means is the boot camp that we just did, boot camp number 1, which was an introduction to Cadence, we will run that exact same boot camp every single month with the same quest, the same content, the same everything, with the sole goal of onboarding people into the Flow ecosystem. Now, this is a really exciting opportunity, not only for Flow, of course, because it helps them onboard people into the space, but it's a really exciting thing for Emerald City as well, because what this allows us to do is almost be like the gateway or like the focal point for people entering the Flow ecosystem. So if you think about it, if we were to do this, Emerald City would almost become like, the entry point to Flow, which is a really big deal for us, especially as we're focusing on like the education side and, having people come in here and learn about, the DAO. That's a really, really like just fantastic opportunity for us. And the coolest part, well, there's a lot of cool parts, but what's really cool is that with that sort of funding, we would be able to pay participants for actually participating in the bootcamp, which is a really, that's like one of the things we've been talking about, right? Like paying people to learn. We would be, actually paying people like 100 to 300, like dollars or FUSD to actually, take our bootcamp. So not only would people be getting paid to attend, but in addition to that, we would have our own swag. So if all of you, I'm sure all of you absolutely love our logos, our colors, because Dean and the Genius team did all of those, and they're amazing. But what we're actually planning on doing is having Emerald City swag, which that's gonna be amazing. Can you imagine if we were all walking around with Emerald City swag? And what we're gonna do is at the end of every boot camp, we're gonna distribute swag to all the instructors and all the participants. Um, and I'm thinking of even doing like a really fun system where like if you're an instructor for the and I'll get into like what instructor means, but it'd be really fun if like we had instructor swag and then we had like participant swag, so you could walk around with like a hoodie that said like you instructed Emerald Academy, which I think would be pretty cool, right? Learn to swag, yeah. Um, but yeah, so we may have Emerald, and again, all this is sort of like not official, but we're talking about all of this as we speak. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, one other thing that's like I think is really cool to mention is that so the way that these are going to work, obviously because Emerald City is very DAO oriented and thus very community oriented. The way this will work is we will have a boot camp for a month, right? People will like, and this is just like Ashley and Cubic Ray and Generous Kid and all these people. We have a bunch of them actually in here. SWT, HiCham, all these people went through the boot camp. And what the deal will be is they will finish the boot camp, right? They'll get swag, they'll get, money, whatever it may be. And then we will actually invite some of like the top participants, like the people that did really well, onto the instructor like board for the next round. And so what that means is that people that do really well during the academy will have the chance to teach the next boot camp. And that's a paid position. So we will have probably like around 4 to 6 instructors every time. And those instructors will earn like a pretty, significant amount just to review quests and to help answers in chat. And the thing is that the instructor position is not that difficult because you've already been through all of the content already. So you already understand all of the answers, you understand all of the questions, and it's a fantastic opportunity for you to take what you learned, get and help teach others and get paid for it. And even like broader than that, it's a great opportunity to get your foot in the door in the Flow ecosystem because right now, I always get a lot of questions like, what can we do? If I'm just now learning Cadence and I'm just now learning Flow, what can I do to actually, to start my working journey in the Flow ecosystem? Well, what you could do is you could take what you learned and very easily apply it to not only help teach others, but also have your first paid position in the Flow ecosystem. So I'm really excited to announce that. I hope that in 2 weeks' time I'll be announcing this more officially with the Flow team actually involved. But these are just some of the things that we're talking through right now. And of course, if it all falls through, then it all falls through. But it's really cool to sort of bring up. Okay. So that is Emerald Academy. So Emerald Academy, really excited about this, really happy about this. And one other thing I'd like to mention, and then I'll open it up for questions, I guess, is the fact that, so while we will be running the same boot camp over and over and over again, we also, in addition to that, want to be running boot camps that are, somewhat different. For example, this boot camp was all about an introduction to Cadence. But we want to have other boot camps that are like a more advanced Cadence boot camp, right? And then me and Biartek will be teaching that together to help teach like really advanced Cadence concepts. Because of course me and Biartek are, absolutely insane. And then, we also want to have stuff like, an introduction to FCL, which is the Flow client library to help you build actual dApps. We want to have like a boot camp that teaches you how to build dApps. We want to have a boot camp that teaches you how to build a marketplace, right? So there's a lot of different opportunities for us here. And as we get, potentially funding from the Flow team, we'll not only be running these boot camps every month, but we'll be running other boot camps every month. And so we'll have this entire series and lists of boot camps going on. Participants are able to, participate in whichever one they want to. And again, like as those boot camps continue, then we'll hire instructors for other boot camps. There'll be tons of job opportunities in Emerald City to help teach these. That's like the very broad vision here. So it's fantastic. Loves the idea of dApps. You got it. Also, instructor may get floats that they can have opinions on education guild. Yeah, so that's a great point, Brainchild. I haven't thought about how this really ties into governance, but I think that's an awesome thing to bring up. One thing that's really cool about that is that if you are an instructor for Emerald Academy, we could give you some sort of float or something like that. Or what it really would be in the future is like education, like reputation points. So if you are an instructor for a boot camp and you're getting paid for it, you would have the ability to get education reputation points and thus have more voting power in the DAO. So this is something that I really want to bring up inside the governance guild at some point, to help. Because I just think it'd be super cool to like get people involved in that discussion as well. Yeah, cool. That's a great point. I really want to revisit this. If I finish Flow Metaverse, we can teach them there. Yeah, so Suricat, I'll talk a little bit more about your project in a second here, but that's super cool. All right, awesome. We have some other people here tuning in. Welcome, Nazir. Thanks for joining. Blue Sign, great to have you as well. BT Wood, great to have you. And BZ, good morning, BZ. Actually, I guess good afternoon for you. All right. So that's Emerald Academy. If you're interested in becoming an instructor for the next Emerald Academy, specifically, Ashley, Cubic Ray, all you guys, then yeah, we already talked about that. All right, Building Guild. So here we are. Welcome to the Building Guild. So again, for those of you that are not familiar with Emerald City, this is sort of like the, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory, it's in the name, but this is like the building sector of Emerald City that actually builds some really cool stuff. So, of course, the first topic we always go to is float. Float is submitted to the contract approval team. So what that means is that it's out of our hands now. It's in the float team's hands, and hopefully they will be able to get a float on mainnet whenever they can. I've been waiting for this for quite a while now, so it is definitely a bit of a pain. But you do what you can. So yeah, they're submitted to the team. The testnet application is pretty much done. So if you want to, you can actually check it out. If you go to mainnet.floats.city, it's a disclaimer, it's not on mainnet. It's still on testnet, but this is what the mainnet version will look like. So you can go to here and play around with it. There's not like that many new things going on here, but it is pretty cool to check it out. So yeah, it's in their hands. Oh, and one other thing I'd like to mention is that we actually added a new feature for project creators to have. So let me actually show you this. So let me go ahead and log in, and if I go to my account, go to my events. Oh look, I uploaded a picture of Thor. So if I actually go down here, we can see that on the admin dashboard, we actually added a new option called award. I mean, I have to I don't know what the naming should be here. I'm terrible with naming, but it's called award manually to many. So before, you had the option to just distribute a float to one person specifically, and just to give it to them. Now you have the option to actually, I actually have an example to upload a .txt file, like this. And if you upload the .txt file, it will actually distribute the float to all these addresses. So the cool thing about this is it makes it a lot easier for companies or businesses or projects to be able to give floats to a bunch of different people all at the same time. So for example, with Emerald Academy, everyone that finished Emerald Academy, I'm just going to put your address in a huge list like this and upload it, and you're all going to get the float. So that's a pretty cool feature that I added to help people distribute their floats. All right. So that is float. And my guess is that, so I'm actually meeting with the Dapper team on Tuesday to help, to figure out what the blocker is there. But hopefully this should be out in the next week. So definitely look forward to that. The next thing that I want to talk about is Emerald Gateway. So this is, sort of like what we've been calling our premint.xyz clone. Is under development. So I'm really happy that Zero is here, because Zero has been putting, and it's fantastic, have both been putting a good amount of effort into the Emerald Gateway project. And it's really cool. So I want to sort of explain a little bit about what it is, and then we can check it out. So Emerald Gateway, it's a way for project creators to start a whitelist and specify certain requirements to get on the whitelist. So if we actually go out of here for a second, I showed this at every town hall, but I think it's good to repeat myself. But if you haven't checked out premint.xyz, it's basically this dApp on Ethereum that allows a project creator. It's actually best to look at it here, where you can have like a little whitelist here, and it allows you to specify certain requirements that the user needs to meet in order to get on the whitelist. So, for example, if you want them to connect a wallet, they have to connect a wallet. If you want them to connect Twitter, they have to connect their Twitter. If they want to connect their Discord, you got to do the Discord. And the cool thing about this is that you can also specify other things, like for example, the user has to have like a certain role in Discord, and so that allows you to check that. Or the user has to connect their Twitter because you want to know if they're following you, so you connect their Twitter. But even more than this is the ability to check like, oh, do they have an NFT from a certain collection? Do they have a certain amount of fungible tokens from a certain collection? Now, as many of you may know, Emerald City is in a perfect spot to handle this sort of thing because we've been doing that with our Discord bot, for quite a while now. So we're actually in a unique and beneficial position to tackle this problem, and we already are. Even Suricat and his friends are actually working right now to figure out Discord and Twitter authentication so that we can get that involved inside of the Premint clone. Now, the cool thing is that what we're doing, and our little twist on this, is that instead of having to connect your Twitter and Discord every time you sign up for a whitelist, we're actually tying Twitter and Discord to Emerald ID. So that means that every single time that you go onto this application, you will already have configured your Twitter and Discord, which is really awesome. So it's super easy for you. And Suricat says Discord is already done, so that's fantastic, Suricat. I love that. So getting back to the main point here and looking at Zero's amazing work, if we go to this tab, it's all like a base layout right now. But if you look at these tabs, you can put a name for your whitelist. You can put all this really cool stuff. You can put like a description. You can continue here, and you can even go to this tab, right? Specify different tokens. So like for example, flow. And if you input an amount, like the user has to have like 100 flow token, then it puts it all 100 here. If you want the user to have like 20 whatever 20 FUSD, you put that here, and you can even add your own custom token. So you can imagine that the first input would be like the contract name or something, and this would be like the public path or whatever you need to identify the token. And then so this is like tokens. You can even do collections, like you have to have an NFT from Basic Beast. You have to have an NFT from Ballers or Flovatar. And then on the next screen it'll be like Twitter and Discord. So there's a lot of amazing stuff that we can do, and Emerald ID will also play a major role inside of Emerald Gateway. And I'm gonna go over Emerald ID in a second here. So round of applause to Zero. Thank you, Zero, for all the amazing stuff you've been doing, and you too. It's fantastic. And Suricat, thank you very much. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Loving the energy in the chat today. This is great. I think Sunday is definitely the go-to time for us because look at the energy. This is great. Here, I'll send a heart. There we go. Okay. All right. Great job, everybody. All right, so now on to the next thing. I told you there's like 15 different things going on today. So now we're going on to Emerald ID. So Emerald ID, yeah, so massive updates here. So what the heck is Emerald ID? Well, if you actually look inside of the, it looks cooler on night mode. All right, here, just for Zero, we'll check out night mode. We'll check it. Ooh, nice. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it actually does look nice on dark mode. I love it. Dang, nice job. Boom, I like that. Yeah, look at that. This one looks crisp. That's awesome. Really great stuff, Zero. Yeah, so onto Emerald ID. Oh, so Harley says, I want to join the next boot camp, though I don't have any background in this. So Harley, that is totally fine. We don't require any experience actually for our boot camps. So you can totally join whenever you want. There's no requirement to join. You don't even have to know how to program. So don't be scared at all to get started. So Dean says everything dark mode all the time. Yeah, I agree. And we'll see with the website how cool it looks in dark mode. Okay. So what the heck is Emerald ID? Oh, okay. So Harley says, when will the next one? So Harley, we want the next one to be like in the next few weeks. I would say maybe like 2 weeks away. It depends on if the flow team sort of like commits to helping us with these boot camps. If not, I will just run another one by myself. So I'd say maybe a few weeks out. Okay. So what the heck is Emerald ID? Before we read this slide, so Emerald ID is basically like it's of course it's by Emerald City, and it's a way for you to it's a way for you to store information about yourself on chain so that you don't have to re-verify yourself over and over again. And it's also a way for you to to tell Discord and applications that Emerald City produces like who you are. So what I mean by this is right now, if you actually go, if you literally are reading right now the text channel for this town hall where all of you are typing, you can see that some of you have like that little like Emerald ID icon right next to your name. And what that means is that you verified yourself using our Discord bot to say like, hey, this is my Discord and this is my address. Now what it does is it creates a mapping between your address and your Discord to know who you are. Now the really cool thing about this is that when you go to certain I'll actually show you right now. So let me put my Discord on the screen. So right now, if I go to where is this? On the left hand side here, right under Emerald ID. If I click on verify, you'll see I already have the role. So it says you've been given the Emerald ID role. Now if you haven't done this before, it'll take you to a website where you'll create your Emerald ID. But of course, I've already done that. Now, where this is used is in all of these projects. So in Geniace, right? We can even go to the Geniace community here. And if we scroll, oh, look, we're already on the channel where you can verify your anime whitelist. So if we click on verify here, you'll see it says you do not have enough tokens. And that's because I don't have, the icons of anime, NFT. By the way, the icons of you should check out the icons of anime NFT. It's actually super dope. If you're an anime fan, and you guys know I'm a huge anime fan, I would definitely check it out. I actually have an Emerald Maneki that I absolutely love. It's my favorite NFT. So yeah, come and verify yourself if you get one. Anyway, so you can see that if I click on verify here, it's not even asking me what my address is, right? If any of you have ever used collab.land before, which is like the Discord bot on Ethereum, every single time you click verify, it says, okay, log in with your wallet, verify yourself. But with Emerald ID, the bot automatically knows who I am. So it knows that my account doesn't have enough tokens in it. And if we go to the .find project, right? If we go to verify find name, if I click on verify, boom, it already knows that who I am. It knows my address. And it says you've been given the .finder role because actually the wallet that I connected actually has a .find name in it, so I got the role. So the point of this is to say that Emerald ID is a way for you to verify who you are only one time, and then the bot will know forever and ever after that who you are. Now that's like the old Emerald ID. So if you thought that was cool, then keep listening. So what we're doing now is we're also tying not only your Discord to Emerald ID, but also your Twitter. And like I said before, that's going to be really important for Emerald Gateway because you're going to have to specify your Twitter, your Discord, all that kind of stuff. Now, what we're using Emerald ID for most recently is a few things. But, so right now, this is all in a test bot, so that this actually hasn't been released yet. But Emerald ID will be used, actually, I'll get to that in a second. But one cool thing that we're actually adding to the bot is a /resolve keyword. So if you guys look in the chat right now, I would just type /resolve and then Jacob, for example, jacob.find. And if I was to type that and the bot was actually listening to it, it would return this right here. It would return the address associated with it. It would return the .find name. And if I also had a .fn name, it would also return that as well. So there's going to be a /resolve key that will help you resolve information about your namespaces, which is super cool. Now, another thing that's my favorite is that we're going to be using Emerald ID extensively with float. So what does that mean? Well, what you can do is if you actually have a float, you can do a /float keyword and pass in the ID of your float, and it will return a whole image of your float for you. So that's super cool, isn't it? Because if you claim a float, like for example, I claimed this float and I just typed in slash float and then like the name of the float and it returns this right here. So it returns the name of it, the image of it. It even links to the link that the project creator put in. It puts a description here. It shows you the serial number. It shows you the ID and it shows you who it's owned by. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that we can do with the bot. Um, and even like more is we have other things here that James from Flowverse was actually really excited about because he suggested these two. But what this is right here is you can automatically set up a float verifier to verify that someone owns the like a float from your event. So what I mean by this is like, for example, if Genie Ace has a drop, right? They have like a icons of anime drop. What they can do is they can do slash setup float verifier. I think I actually called it float verifier now, but you get the point. They can do slash float verifier space the ID of the event, and it would automatically return a button for you so that users would have to click on verify to get, to verify that they have that float. And you can also do that with groups. So if you have a group of float events, you can set up a group verifier to verify that someone has any float from that group. So for example, if Flowverse has a group called Flowverse AMAs, right? If you own any float from their AMAs, you can get a certain role. So this is just to say that Emerald ID is being used to like extensively with the float platform, and also to have other cool stuff like the resolve thing. So yeah. So SurryCat says, what if we have more than one float? So I'm assuming you're talking about this one. So you're able to view any float that you want. So you would just type, and actually here, I'll show you. How do I get out of this? So if we go back to mainnet.floats.city, let me log in again. So let's go to my account here and events. So let me quickly just claim this event so I can show you what I mean by this. Let's go ahead and claim it. And once it's done claiming, I will show you what you would type in. All right, so it's finished. So if I go back to my account now, this is a float that I have, right? So if I click on this, you can see that now on the page, like on the page that I can view my float from, you can see there's this little thing here. It says paste into Discord to view float. So if I actually click this copy button, if I click this copy button, and I was to go to Discord and paste it in, that right there would show me my float. Now, of course, it's not going to do it right now because the float isn't like live yet, but that would show your float. So you can go to any page and copy and paste that command, which is really cool. Yep. So any questions about Emerald ID before I keep going? See a lot of people type in. Nice. And you know what? Maybe after this, maybe once I finish this town hall, I might go through a whole rundown of the float platform because it's going to go live soon. So it might be good to show all of you what it's capable of. We'll continue to integrate more functions to Emerald ID. Yes, exactly. So just like this resolve thing, where we help like resolve addresses, the goal is to include a ton of different like features to Emerald Bot to help projects do stuff. How about the verify if they are disqualified feature? What is that, Bam? Verify if they are disqualified. Their Discord will should be removed. Oh yeah. So that is something that we still need like help on that. I don't know how to do that actually. Um To if they remove or sell their NFTs, yeah, that's a difficult problem because the bot will have to like continue to know about, like what they'll have to continue to know about like who has it somehow. So one of the quick thing I'll show really like right now is for those of you familiar with Float, there's also something called groups. So groups is a way for you to put a bunch of your events into like a folder to group them together. So for example, I'll create a new group called like Emerald City AMAs. And I'll put like this is a group of events that happened because of an Emerald City AMA. What could I actually upload a file here? Yeah, so here we go. So this is a group, and if I create this group, then we can approve it. Yeah, me too, Bam. That even to be honest with you, Bam, even I don't know how to do that because that's like we would have to somehow store every single. I don't know. It's so hard. But anyway, so I created this group here, and now if I go to the groups tab again, you can see here's my little group. And so if I click on this, you can see there's also like we can paste this into Discord. So the group verifier. So what you would be able to do is I would be able to copy this, paste it into Discord, and then specify a role. And this command would allow me to set up a verifier for people to verify that they have like a float from this group. So yeah, tons of stuff on the float side. Okay. Any other questions? We have Discord auth and their ID. If someone sell, we can get their Discord ID and paste it. Yeah, so the thing with that, Sturdy Cat, is that like the thing is like the most difficult part is knowing when they sell. We could do this like on float with events, but the problem is that like it's a much bigger problem when we talk about other NFTs like Genie Ace or something like that. Because if someone sells their NFT, we have no way of knowing they did that. How about a link to claim a float in Discord/game? Oh yeah, totally, Cubic Ray. So we're also gonna do that as well. So that'll be like a little like like /claim, and then you'll put in like the event ID, and it'll take you right to it. Graphel, yeah. So Dean, we could do Graphel, but the problem with that is that like for every single NFT that we have, we would have to have a new like we'd have to add a new indexer, and then like. Yeah, and the back end would have a ton of requests, like because if we imagine if this grows over time, then we would have like a new indexer for every single NFT, and we would have to somehow know. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, exactly. Like the amount of like requests that would be coming in would be insane. All right, so that is Emerald ID. Now, the coolest thing of them all, the website. So, we've been teasing the website for quite some time now, but I have some really good news that it is finally almost here and in a really cool fashion. So so Dean actually, with the Genius team, built this website, which is why it looks really cool. And I absolutely love it. And also, Dean earlier was saying, like, it's like stick in dark mode. I agree, because this dark mode looks sick. Cubic Races will be able to claim within Discord. No, you can't do that, Cubic Ray. And the only reason you can't do that is because you can't authorize transactions on a backend without actually clicking authorize. So, unfortunately, you can't do that. And that's also a problem that's impossible to solve. But yeah, so anyway, this is the website. Wow, look at that. So, if we go to the website, let's take a look at it. You can see it loads up, and you look at that. Oh my god, I love that. You see the little animation? Wait, we have to look at that again. Nice. Look how cool that is, right? So this is the you can actually take a look at this at ecdao.org. And it's a fantastic like overview and description of Emerald City DAO. So you can see there's like the sliding text, the first DAO built on the Flow blockchain. Love that. What we do. So actually, all of you right now are getting a taste of what we do, right? Education, DAO tooling, and thought leadership, right? So this is the Education Guild, the Building, and the Governance Guild. How we operate. So these are the different guilds that we have, right? So the Education Guild. So this is providing educational resources and helpful, welcoming support to all entering the Flow ecosystem. There's the Building Guild, which is leveraging the power of our developer community to build the future tooling for all DAOs and projects on Flow. And then, lastly, we haven't talked about this one yet, but the Governance Guild, which is architecting the future of DAOs, best practices, all that kind of jazz. So these are, the different guilds. And if you scroll down, this is also like a little description of our work. So we have Emerald ID here. We have the Academy. We have Float. And, of course, in a few months' time, I'm sure this list will be even bigger. We'll have tons of other stuff here. And, I'm sure in the next few months, we'll even have Emerald Gateway here. So, yeah, exactly, Gateway. So you can even take a look at each of these individual things. Super cool, right? So if you want to get a more detailed description of all the stuff. And then for some reason, I don't know why, but this is my favorite part. The Build on Flow community, powered by community. And it's just like an infinite list of all of you guys. So look, here's Zero. Here's Bam. Here's Ashley. Here's SWT. Right? You can even see all your stuff. Oh, look, now there's a lot of SWT. There's 3 of you. You're everywhere, SWT. Look at that. There's Andrea. There's Kelcoin. There's Budsy. Right? There's me. Nice. The super. Oh, look. There's Dean. There's Support Monkey. There's BR Tech. Right? There's Chase. FR Labs. So I love this so much. It's really cool. Yeah, this is my favorite part because it really does show that it is built by all of us, right? So really awesome stuff. Look, there's Zero again. Love it. And then of course our partners. So big thank you to our partners. So Flow, obviously, right? We're building with Flow. Decentology. So Decentology, they have the Hyperverse going, and they helped fund us with a few grand a couple months ago. So huge thanks to the Decentology team, and also like a massive thank you to Genius team for not only providing some amazing funding, but also for more importantly helping with this website, doing all of our logos, and just being like a massive help in our DAO. Absolutely love the Genius team for that. And even if you click their logo, you can see it takes you to their website. Which I was telling Dean actually earlier that I was so excited when he said that the Genius team would help with our website, because before I even knew about Emerald City, or before I even founded it, this was always my favorite website. I love the style of it, and you can see it's almost like a dark theme too, right? Like the yellow and the black. So love it. And check out their awesome stuff as well. I have a Maneki. Love it. The Gem series. I have the Emerald one. Wait, I want to see. Oh, yeah. I want to see if I can find mine. But super cool stuff. Yeah, everything black all day. Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, that's our website. Again, if you want to check it out, ecdao.org. Really cool stuff. Love it. All right. So, yes, that's the website. All right. Now we're on to the Governance Guild. So there's not much going on in the Governance Guild as of right now, because we're so focused on education and DAO tooling. So it's hard to sort of spread ourselves super thin. But I do want to mention the reputation system here. So we've been going on and on about the reputation system for a few months now. And I think one of the biggest things that we've learned as a group is that when something is new and something is young, like Emerald City is right now, it doesn't make sense to almost waste a ton of effort and time figuring out administrative processes when we already are doing things so well. So as of right now, we've come up with this amazing structure where I know Calcoin was mentioning this before, but it's almost this structure where like we try things out and just see if they work. And we've been doing that with the academy, with the building, right? We've been pumping a lot of stuff out there, and it's been going really well. Now, the reputation system is, of course, really important. And so what I've done is I've compiled a separate presentation about the reputation system. So if you click on this link, it'll bring you to a whole slide deck of what our reputation system will be. So it's like Calcoin said, right? Lazy consensus, which is, I bet Calcoin could explain it better. But, lazy consensus is basically, saying, okay, we're willing to try this, so let's go and try it, instead of having like a more formal vote. But this is a whole slide deck on the reputation system and what it's going to hopefully look like. And when we get around to it, it'll be like a best practice for other DAOs in the space. And so this is something that we have to develop on our own. And I'm not going to go too in depth on the reputation system because we've talked a lot about it before. But if you want to, I would check out this slide deck to learn more about it. And if you want to get involved, please do. I know Jesse here. I know Jesse here has actually put a lot of thought into this as well. And Jesse, I've loved having you in the Discord. Yeah, I think it's a pretty interesting topic. And if you want to, add any thought, or even if you want to start developing the reputation system, please be my guest. One thing that we do actually need help on is not only building out the contracts, but if anyone is interested in sort of building out the front end, I think it's actually a really fun project because it's very game-like. Like Suricat, I feel like you would like this too, because it's very like gamey how it works. So right, it's almost like a game where you earn points in different guilds. So if someone wants to sort of like maybe even look into building out a front end for this, I think it's really fun because it's like a video game of earning points. And of course, because I will handle the contract side of it because I sort of know how I would code this out on a contract, but we do need like front end help to help not only make it look cool, but also to help like present or explain this like idea to a public audience that doesn't even know a lot about DAOs, right? Like you can imagine that the public doesn't know much about DAOs. They don't know a lot about governance. They don't know a lot about how these governance mechanisms work. So it's almost not only a way of making it look cool, but we want to make it so that we can explain this sort of stuff to people that aren't very into DAOs. So yeah. Oh hey! So we have Cauliflower here. Welcome, Cauliflower from FootDAO. Awesome to have you. And thanks for tuning in to our town hall here. Really great to have you. Can we get a bunch of waves in the chat? Woo! Oh look! Oh, I can even put this wave. Look at that. Nice. I love the little bird. Thanks, Cauliflower, for joining. Great to have you. All right. So yeah, if you're interested in reputation system, let me know. Like I said, like I already have I'm already so involved in the academy and the other building tools that I don't have too much time to do this, which is why I really am looking to other people to maybe take up this task if you can. And as always, there is bounties and funding associated with that. So if you do take on this project, there is flow token available to you. All right, and then lastly, the most fun, of course, the Minecraft challenge. So this was probably one of the most fun events I've done in a long time. It took me right back to when I was like 12 years old grinding Minecraft. So the Minecraft challenge was super fun. And I mean like really fun because I just love Minecraft. And this is like a little screenshot of all of us at the end. So look at how nice this is, right? This is like a nice little family here. We were all playing Minecraft on a Saturday. It was great. Massive thank you to our sponsors, the Goated Goats, Basic Beast, Dugout Dogs, Zeeds, Rooms NFT, and Blockdo. It was amazing having all of your rewards involved. We loved it. And we seriously had a blast. I know the participants had a blast as well. And people won a bunch of different tokens. Emerald City gave out 20 flow token. Blockdo gave out Blockdo token. Rooms NFT gave out NFTs. Zeeds gave out their NFTs. Dugout Dogs gave out packs. Basic Beast gave out packs, and Goated Goats are still giving out vouchers. So it was really cool. Yeah, you can even see like the Zeeds and the Go to Goats logos in the background. And on the left hand side here, this was the Basic Beast Battle Royale. We had like a huge gladiator battle over here. It was so funny. And if you want to watch a recording of it, you can actually go to the YouTube. So let me actually, can I increase this at all? No. Okay, so what I learned is that when I record this next time, I have like a more clear way to record it, so it's like a little blurry. But it is funny. Like if we if we go to I want to go to the gladiator battle just so I can show you all what it looked like. Wait, it's actually really so funny. Um, Wait, let's go to it. I think it's like over. No, I think it's right here, maybe. Yeah, we were like giving everyone diamond armor. They were all like jumping around. Look, this is everybody jumping around. Oh yeah, look. So this was actually there was this one guy who was like a legend. This guy right here, and he was just dodging all these arrows. Yeah, it was really funny. And look, this is like everyone shooting at each other. So they were fighting for basic beast packs. But anyway, that was so much fun, and I hope we do it again. So I want to do this again. I don't know if anyone's interested in doing this again, but we totally should. Um, and we'll have to get other sponsors involved to make things fun. Um, you know, but yeah. So that's it for the town hall. What time is it? Oh, not bad. Not bad. I didn't go over this time. But that's a overview of what we're doing here at Emerald City. I say this every time, but there's a ton of areas to get involved, as you just saw. I mean, look at this. Like, if you want help with the Minecraft challenge, boom, there's one. Reputation system, we need help there. Website, oh, the website, Dean already tackled that. Emerald ID, Emerald Gateway, Float, right? Tons of stuff to get involved in, like crazy. And we have the funding to help you get paid if you're interested in taking up any of these tasks. And with that being said, that's all I have. If you want to stick around and just chat or ask questions, feel free to. But that is the end of the presentation. And if anyone's interested in, does anyone want me to go over like an overview of Float right now? I could do that since it's launching soon, maybe. Bam's enthusiastic. Let's go. Okay, so why don't we? Yeah, so let's go over like a demo of Float. So I'm gonna load up mainnet.floats.city here, and I'm only doing this to show you like what you can do with the Float platform right now. So let me load in here. Actually, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna load in on my other screen. Hold on, one sec. Hold on, I'm logging into my other account right now because I'm gonna be able to show you a lot easier. Hold on. Gotta go to my Gmail. All right, is this gonna work? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna X this one out and bring over this one instead. Okay. Yes. Okay. So here we go. So this is the Float platform. So what I want to do is this right now. This is my profile. So Jacob.fn. What you can actually do is you can on the very bottom of the screen you can toggle between fn and .find. So if I believe if I refresh here, it'll now load Jacob.find because I have it. So you can change between .find to .fn if you want. So if we go to my profile here, you can see that I don't have any floats, I don't have any events, I don't have any groups. Here's my account, right? So there's nothing really going on, and that's because I have to sort of I have to start an event now. So let's say that here, you know what? I'm gonna use this example. It's just a perfect example of what we would do. So let's say that we just had our town hall, right? Which we just did. I would go on here, I would create a new float event, and I would say, okay, this was an Emerald City Town Hall number 7, right? The event URL is https, let's just say discord.gg/Emerald City. Okay, then the description is this is our Town Hall number 7. We had a lot of cool people here with a smiley face. And so I can upload an image, let's just say upload our main logo, and it'll show you a nice preview of your event. So here is the logo, here's the name created by Jacob.find, And there's a lot of options we can select here to make our event pretty cool. So if we want to, we can make our float transferable or not transferable. Now what this means is that we don't want people to transfer it to each other. So in this case, because I don't want you guys to be able to transfer it, I'm going to put non-transferable. You can also put claimable or not claimable. So claimable means that people can go on to like the website and claim the float, and not claimable means they can't claim it. So if you click this option, that means that you have to manually distribute it to people. They can't claim it. Now, the cool thing is that you can change both of these at any time you want. So if you want to initially make it not transferable and not claimable, you can change it to claimable in the future so that they can go and claim it. So I'm just going to put claimable because I want you guys to be able to do that. Limited quantity. So because of the fact that I think there's like 30 people here, I'm going to put 30. That way I make sure that, if this ever gets leaked, it's not going to go over. The time limit, I'm going to say the start time is right now, and the end time to claim it is, let's just say tomorrow, right? Cool. And then there's going to be a secret code. So I'm not going to put a secret code, but, either it's anyone can claim. Actually, I will put a secret code just to put it. So, you could say anyone can claim it, right? Like, or there's no secret code, or there's a secret code. And if you click on secret code, you can do one of two things. You can do one code for all, like we can put in like Dean, so I'll make that as a secret code. Or if you do multiple secret codes, you can do a list. So you can do like code 1, code 2, code 3, code 4. And what this allows you to do is this makes it so that each code can only be used once. So for example, if I had a bunch of codes here, like code 1, code 2, code 3, code 4, and code 5, when someone claims code 5, no one can use that code again. And when all of the codes run out, you can't claim it anymore. But for this code, I'm gonna name the code Dean. Okay? And then there's also advanced options. So one advanced option that we have right now is you can create an event for somebody else. Now you can only do this if they give you permission to. I'll go over that at the end. But this is like shared minting. So for example, if Bam, because me and Bam both are like guild leaders at Emerald City, if Bam wants to create a event for me, I can give Bam permission to, and then Bam can make this event for me. But I'm not going to do that right now. So if I click on create float, it's going to go ahead and create a float here. Yeah, exactly, Dean. Exactly. Now the only thing that is that you have to be careful because like someone could use someone else's address, but yeah, you definitely get the point. So if we go ahead and create the float, it's now created. All right. And so now when I go back to my profile, right? So I don't have any floats, right? But I do have an event. So I created this event. So if I click on visit, it'll take me to the event page. So you can see that this is Emerald City Town Hall number 7. And if I click on this, right, it even takes me to the Discord because that's the URL I put in. It shows the event ID, when it was created. This is like an overview of it, right? This is our Town Hall number 7. There's a description. It says only 30 will ever exist. And now I can type in the code. So why don't I'm going to copy and paste this right here, paste it into the Discord. And if all of you click on that, you should be able to claim the float. Now, while you're doing that, let me load up Graphel. So if you go to floats.city/live, what this does is it takes you to a live claiming page. So while all of you are claiming this float, watch what happens on this screen. This is super cool, by the way. It'll show you in live time all of the floats that are being claimed on the platform. Now, the cool thing about this is that this is for every single event on the platform. So if you ever go to /live, it will like theoretically show you like tons and tons of floats being claimed all at the same time, which I love. But yeah, let's see. So once you all start claiming this, we'll see the floats go across the screen. And the reason this is cool, in my opinion, by the way, is because it allows you to know what events are going on. The code is Dean. I think it should soon. Maybe Graphel's down. I'm not sure. There's a chance Graffle's down, but it should. Oh, you just missed it? Okay, yeah, we'll see. Well, if it doesn't, what it should do is it should show like a little. Sometimes a Graffle may be down. Oh, it hasn't started yet? That's weird. I feel like it should. The best emojis. Yeah, sometimes Grapple is down, but like what it would do is it would show like the logos going up across the screen. Um, and once we're on mainnet, it will be a lot more stable anyway. But yeah, so we can leave that up there. And why don't I go ahead and type in Dean? So you can also see that what's cool also is that it shows eight people have minted. So I can type in Dean. I'm gonna claim it. Boom. Boom. And so now that I'm claiming it, you can also see these are all the people that currently own the serial. So you can see that serial 0 was claimed by this address, serial 1 was claimed by this address, serial 2, so on, so on. So you know who's actually claiming your stuff. And this almost, I mean, in a way, like this almost acts like a whitelist in itself, right? Because the project creator can know who's like quote unquote whitelisting themselves if you want to view it that way. All right. So then once we claim it, we can go back to our profile, and now we see here is our claimed float. So this is the float that I claimed. You can see I have serial number 9 of 10, so 10 people have claimed it. And if I click on this, now it goes to my little profile, like my view page here. So look at this. I have to say, I'm pretty proud of this. I did this little animation thing. Isn't that pretty cool? It's like a 3D effect. Isn't that dope? Pretty cool, right? Yeah. So you can hover over it. This is like your little float, right? Like 3D effect. It's pretty cool. It shows you the description of it. You can delete this float. And notice that you actually can't transfer it here. So it doesn't allow you to transfer it. And the reason for that is because I turned transferring off. The countdown, you have to refresh the page, sorry, Cat, probably. But yeah, so you can't transfer it. But if I go back, let me go back to the event page really quickly. So if I go back to the event, and because I'm the admin, I can you'll see there's like an admin dashboard. So as the creator of this event, I can now click on allow transfers. So I'm gonna click allow, and I can approve this transaction. And once this goes through, damn, just missed. That's funny. So it's going through right now. It's allowing transfers, and then we'll see. Okay, so it's done. Now if we go back, let's go back to this page. Look, now you can transfer it. So isn't that super cool? You can toggle transferring on and off. So now we can transfer it. Bye, Dean. Thanks so much for coming. Peace, peace. So we can do transferring now. Now if we go back to the groups tab, so this is groups now, we can also create a group. So if we create a group, let's call this Emerald City AMAs. The group description is a group or a list of AMAs throughout time by your best friends at Emerald City. Right? We can make our logo like the logo. We can create the group. And when we create this group, then we can start adding all of our Emerald City AMA events into this group. And this is the last thing I'll show. Boom, it's created. So if we go back to our groups tab now, we can see we have this group here. So what we can do is we can go to our event, right? So this is the event that I made, and I can click on add event to group. So add this event to Emerald City AMAs. So if I click on add, it's I can click approve now. And it's currently adding the event to the group. You can also see the transaction. You can see the progress of the transaction at the bottom too, which I think is pretty cool. So now that it's added, if we go back to our account and we go to the groups tab, click on Emerald City AMAs, you can see that boom, here is our group. So you can see a list of AMAs throughout time by your best friends at Emerald City. There's a search bar. there's all these events, right? So here we go. Emerald City Town Hall number 7. So it's super cool, right? Boom. And you can see a whole list of all the events. And what this is helpful for is, for example, if like Flowverse has like 50 AMAs, right? Because they always have a bunch of AMAs. You can go to their group of AMAs and you can just search through all of them, which is, it's pretty cool. So can we delete an event from a group? Yeah, of course. So if we go back to our event, so if we click on this will take us to our event. We can go down and click on remove event from group. So we can go and remove it from Emerald City AMAs if we want. Yep. Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, we can also award to many. So we can award to one person, like if I want to award it to like, this person. Or I can click on award manually to many and upload the TXT file. And look, it says minting to all these addresses. So can we change the logo of an event? No, you can't change the logo. But if you make a mistake, you can always delete the event. But if you like, as a reminder, if someone has claimed your event and you delete it, then they're still going to have it. Oh, you're right. You're totally right, Evander. I'll change that. You're totally right. Yep. I'll have to fix that. Thanks for pointing that out. And yeah, that's the Flow platform. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, and on your account page, so remember I was talking about shared minting? On the shared minting page, you can add people to mint for you. So if I want to add like some address to mint for me, like I would add Bam here, and now Bam can mint float events for me. Yeah, that's it. So with that being said, Float Web also work with domain names. Yes. Oh, I should have mentioned that too. Let me share my screen again. So 100%. So I totally forgot to mention that. But if we go back to mainnet.floats.city, if I go ahead and connect my wallet here, what I can do is down here in the search bar, I can type in jacob.find and click view. Or actually, I think it's jacob.fn because I currently have fn submitted. But if I click on jacob.fn, view, and it'll take me to my page. And if I toggle this to .find, and if I go to the thing here and I jacob.find, boom, takes me to my account. So it works with domain names too. Although right now it doesn't support, like, for example, like in these text box, like it doesn't support it. Oh, actually, yeah, I can't show that right now, but yeah. So yeah, no, it does support domain names. All right, that's it, everybody. If you have any questions about Emerald City, let me know. Tons of areas to get involved in, and in 2 weeks' time, I bet floats will be on mainnet, and Emerald Gateway will be even further down the road, and we may even be doing another boot camp. And Cauliflower, thanks for joining from FootDAO. Glad to have you. And if there's any way we can collaborate, I'd love to figure that out.
Yeah, and sure. Thank you for having me. We'll definitely talk about this more in the
Awesome.
future. I would love to do that.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome. Awesome.
The code for that event is Dean. So if there's no other questions, I'm going to end the event there. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, the slides. Thank you for asking, Brainchild. Thank you very, very much for asking about that. Yes, let me go ahead and do that. I'm also going to share the recording and all the slides in the what's it called, in the announcements channel. But let me go ahead and share this with all of you. Boom. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. hopefully, we will talk more. Oh, fantastic! Did you want to say something?
Hey, how's it been? First time here. It's very cool. I just quickly want to find out something. Is there maybe some time, probably tomorrow, because it's evening here by my side now,
Yeah.
that we can just maybe chat through some of the stuff on the Emerald Gateway, because obviously all of this is quite new.
Yep.
And Zero said he wanted to all the user inputs, that all the checkboxes and all of those requirements of the whitelisting needs to be stored in basically on chain. Obviously, then for the processing that needs to happen, for the parameters to be applied to each user.
Yep.
But I just want to chat through that with you. I don't think we need to be on the group or whatever to have a chat like that. And obviously, my time is a bit limited now.
Yeah.
What time will you just maybe DM me a time? Well, will you have time to maybe just chat through it like for a couple of minutes, just to give me some idea of where I need to go? Because I've been looking through the float documentation, and it helps a lot, to where all the imports are coming from and all that stuff, the events and that sort of thing. And obviously, learning Smelt while doing a
100%.
project like this is quite daunting, but it doesn't seem impossible.
Yeah, 100%. We should totally do that. Fantastic. Yeah, so I'll DM you a time to meet tomorrow. I love that idea, and we can work through a lot of this together.
Okay, 100%. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Treasure Trunk. Thanks, SWT. Thanks, Generous Kid. Thanks, Surrey Cat. GG.
All right, guys. I guess I'll leave then. Probably I'll take a look at the project more because, to be honest, I'm quite interested. So yeah, thank you for having me, and let's hope we can work together in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Cauliflower. I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, sure. Bye bye.
Thanks, Haruki. You rat. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Brainchild. Thank you, Hicham. Cheers, fantastic. See ya, Cubic. You're welcome, you're welcome. Thanks, Bam.